Hi, kindergartners. I'm glad to see you today. I have a familiar book for you today. This is a book that we read at the beginning of kindergarten. It's called The Kissing Hand, and the author is Audrey Penn. Her name is here. She's the one who wrote the words. Now, this book has something different about the illustrator because the illustrator is actually two people. The first one, her name is Ruth Harper, and the second illustrator is Nancy Leak. So, three people worked on this book together, one author who wrote the words, and two illustrators. They worked like a team. All right, let's read The Kissing Hand. Chester Raccoon sat at the edge of the forest and cried. I don't want to go to school, he told his mother. I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you? If you look very closely at Chester Raccoon's eyes, you can see tears. He's sad. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do, she told him gently, even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you will love school once you start. Right? This book has lots of other animals besides the raccoon. See what you can see. You'll make new friends and play with new toys, read new books and swing on new swings. Besides, she added, I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home. She said Chester Raccoon is going to school at night. That's because raccoons are nocturnal, which means that they sleep during the day and are awake during the night. So he's going to school at night. All right, let's see what her secret is. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. A secret? What kind of secret? A very old secret, said Mrs. Raccoon. I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand. The kissing hand? Asked Chester. What's that? I'll show you. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. There she is, kissing him right in the middle of his hand. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand, up his arm, and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. Now, she told Chester, whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, Mommy loves you, Mommy loves you, and that kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty, warm thoughts. He seems to be feeling better. She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. Now do be careful not to lose it, she teased him. But don't worry, when you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick. Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. Give me your hand, he told her. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. There are some other animals on this page watching them. Now you have a kissing hand too, he told her, and with a gentle goodbye and I love you, Chester turned and danced away. So here's his school. He goes to school in a tree. There's other animals getting ready to go to school too. Here's Chester, and then here's his mom waving goodbye with her kissing hand. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across the tree limb and enter the school. As the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. Chester loves you, it sang. Chester loves you. And then this last page doesn't have any words. But you can notice there's a lot of different animals that go to school with Chester. The end. And then here's a picture of his kissing hand with the words, I love you. All right, it was great to see you today. I hope I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.